Hey,
Hey,
welcome back to another episode of the Awkward Uncles podcast. It is the Duce. Chris takes a big one all the time.
quite often.
Hey, but when you gotta go, right? That's it. All
What
right.
they say.
We're back. I'm Uncle Joey here with my buddy, always is
Uncle Chris?
Unky Chris. We're here, two dads, two uncles. We're here to speak our minds, have some laughs, and do a great job at explaining life poorly.
What we do best.
It's what we do best. We're pretty good at it. Pretty good at it. So before we get too far into this episode, Chris, tell me what's on your mind, buddy. What's been going on? How's this week gone for you?
I mean, this week's gone pretty good. I
Yeah.
think I've mentioned it a few times. Boys went to a big card show in town this weekend, about 200 tables. They started their own new little business on Whatnot. Don't know if you've heard of Whatnot, but it's an app where you can buy anything and everything in between. It's truly just a whatnot of things, from a guy baking bagels this morning and selling them and packaging them and mailing them from his kitchen to
Whatnot
a guy selling chainsaws, power saws, and a lady selling candy
and whatnot.
and whatnot. I think a lot of it is mostly geared towards the trading card community
Yeah.
and collectibles and things like that. But man, sometimes you can just find the most random things on there, and it's just live auctions that are just happening all day long.
Bing bang boom. Yeah, it's kind of like the modern day eBay.
Essentially,
sounds like.
yep. It's like instant gratification eBay. Because, back in our day, which will segue into a topic later,
That's right.
eBay was like, oh, you bid on it, and then you check on it, and then you'd find out if you won, and then
Yeah.
it has to ship.
Refresh.
I mean, this is like almost instantaneous dopamine hits. Like the auctions can be from 5 seconds to 30 seconds, and you're outbidding. Sometimes you can get in a room with not a lot of people and get some deals. I've overpaid for a few things just because this one guy kept outbidding me, and I was getting mad, so I'm just swiping away, and I was like, crap, I didn't win one. And then you forget about it, and you're like, whatever. Then it shows up at your door a few days later. You're like, oh, there's that.
There's that.
But it's pretty neat, and the boys have started selling on there, and they've had a good time. I made some decent sales this week, and it's a good little part-time gig for them. So
Nice.
it's been pretty cool.
That's good.
What's
That's
happening in your world?
Well, we got through the week barely. The girls came down with the crud that was, going through the house. So Monica and Sonia both kind of had that. Sonia's just getting over it. Monica got over a few days ago, which is great. So my wife and my 18-year-old were going through that crap. And then we started doing a little car hunting, trying to get Sonia a new ride. We're still going. So started off bald with our logo and have a hat, and we have no more logo. This is awesome. We have to do outtakes. Okay, so yeah, Sonia Monica with the crud, and then we got through that, and now that crap and the crud. Now, so we've been car shopping, right? So we're looking to get rid of our Tiguan and try to get Sonia a newer used car, right? Something a little more reliable, a little safer.
Did you look on Whatnot? Because I'll tell you what.
Do they sell cars and whatnot on whatnot?
In this year of 2026,
Yeah.
there still, to me, is nothing worse than buying a new vehicle.
God, it's
that
terrible.
whole process flat out sucks.
Yeah, it's no good.
In this instant world of instant gratification and people want more time and whatever, like that whole game you got to play of, let me see if this is the best deal I can get for you, and let me go in the back room. Oh, I can't believe you're robbing us blind. Like, shut up. Like, just sell us the car and move on, and stop acting like you're getting robbed over here. And you got to check with Bob, to check with Joe in the back, to come back and say, we can't do anymore. Sorry. All right, we'll go somewhere else. Wait. Let me see it. Like, it's such a song and dance. It's so silly. It's one of the top 5 things that annoy me in this world.
I hate it.
It's so dumb.
Some people absolutely love it.
It's so dumb.
Like Monica kind of enjoys it to a certain degree, right? Like as long as they're like if she knows she's got them, she'll play it. She enjoys that. But if there's some people that are just complete, asses about it, you're just all like, why am I even here? Don't you guys want to make money? Don't you want to sell a car? No? All right.
Oh, it's the worst. I mean, when we bought our truck, we bought it 95% online, did the trade-in, and we literally kind of walked in. It was there waiting for us. We picked it up and walked out, so that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But other than that, other vehicles we bought in, I remember one time Denise got up and walked out because they changed the price by like $5. I'm like, $5? Who cares? She goes, no, they said this. They it's $5 and they can put it back if it's only $5. No. And we literally got up, pushed the paper back. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then magically 2 days later, we actually got it $10 cheaper than we told you. I'm like, oh, imagine that. So she was like,
$10.
She was
It's the
tough, but it's
principalities.
the principle. And they think, I was 19, 20. Man, I was a car salesman's dream. I would turn those cars upside down. I remember when I got my Mitsubishi Eclipse, remember those bad
Oh
boys?
yeah.
I think I probably rolled 5 cars into that and couldn't figure out why I was paying $80,000 for this Eclipse when I was 25 and stupid. I mean, now I'm
Yeah.
older and just as stupid, but man,
Gain nothing.
buying a car, it's like nails on
It
a
sucks.
chalkboard.
It's terrible. It's god awful. I mean, and we owe nothing on the Tiguan, so I mean, it's paid for, but it's like at the same time, it's like we're probably not going to get much for it because it's a Volkswagen Tiguan and it's got well over 150,000 miles on it, and it's 7 years old, and it's like but whatever. It is what it is.
I wish you all the luck with that
Hey,
'cause
thanks.
that sucks.
Yeah, no, it's god awful. I can't stand it.
My Jetta V-Dub, it's on near death as well. It's neat though when you start it and you're driving halfway through, every light on the dashboard comes on and beeps at you.
Ooh,
So it's kind of like a little
you do
show.
a
It gives,
show.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
all right.
fantastic. But it still gets us to where we need to go.
Does the music play still?
Yeah.
So you get a light show and music.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for?
Well,
That's
and
like going to a Taylor Swift concert.
I mean, nothing's as good as that. But
All right, fair enough.
what's neat is you just turn the radio up louder and then you can't hear all the stuff going on. So
Yes,
it's like,
yeah, yeah.
so
That's like, the whole thing with Sonya's Tiguan. It's all like she plays her music so loud she doesn't hear like all the shit that's going on with that thing. It's like, oh, did you know this was happening?
nope.
That car makes that sound? It's not supposed to. If you turn your radio down once in a while, you might hear these things. No, apparently not. Oh my gosh. All right, so all right, so let's talk about current events here. So we've got a few things that happen on in the sports world. I think the first thing, when we talk about hockey, and granted, neither one of us are a fan of this guy, but he did win a gold medal. But he got absolutely annihilated, knee-to-knee contact. Austin Matthews from what's the Gudis guy's?
Racco Gudis.
Racco Gudis.
Yeah.
Who's just been a cheap, crappy player. He got a five-game suspension out of the whole deal.
Yeah, I mean, I hated him when he was with the Lightning. I've hated him everywhere he's gone.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought it was a chicken shit move. Like, you had no intention. That wasn't a hockey play. It wasn't a hockey move.
No.
You were just trying to hurt someone
Yeah.
that was 10 times more skilled than you.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care.
No,
He's
it's
been fined
terrible.
he's almost lost $1 million in salary in his career for doing this stuff. And it's one of my annoyances with the NHL is he gets 5 games, and one of the game's top player is going to be out maybe up to a year.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a bad.
it's
Here's the thing or two things that annoy me on this whole thing. Is first off, this guy's your captain, right? The guy that both of them was captain on captain. Right?
you know,
But I'm saying the poor example was on Gudis you're the captain of the squad, and this is the example you want to
yeah.
lead with, right? It's garbage. But the other thing that annoyed me too is that the fact that the Maple Leafs didn't have Austin's back.
No, he stood there
Nobody went
watching it,
after
no.
anybody saying, "Hey, that's our captain, that's our teammate." I'm like, "What is that?"
Yeah, I watch a lot of Canadian sports talk shows because
Yeah.
they kind of get deep dive into hockey. And it gets a little too leafy sometimes, so I have to like skip around.
Mhm.
But they were saying the same thing, like your captain, all right, minus your best player. Okay, forget that. Just your teammate
Yeah.
just got laid out by
Yeah.
a thug in the league.
With a crap hit.
And then their comments afterwards, we didn't see it. And they literally showed them where they were on the ice.
They're staring at the play.
And you saw it happen. And if that would have been the Panthers, the Lightning, or any other team,
Yeah.
but especially those two, he would not have made it off the ice in
No.
one piece. That would have been a line brawl, an
That'd been-
old-fashioned brawl.
Those are the days when you want Biz still to be playing hockey, go after
Yeah.
somebody,
But yeah, that was a
fun.
chicken shit play. And then the fact that I think they just sealed Austin wanting to get out of Toronto. Like, if these guys aren't going to have my back, and those are two guys he's been playing with forever.
Yeah.
If they don't have my back to come help me in a situation like that, when will they have my back? It's like,
the writing's on the wall, dude.
yeah.
You got to ask for a trade. Get the hell out of there. Go find.
I mean, as
go
much
find an
as
organization that's
I'm
going to
not
love
a
you.
huge fan, I mean, if him and Cooch are on the same line together, that could be.
I wouldn't
filthy.
hate it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate it if he changed logos because the color blue's the
Yeah,
same.
He wouldn't have to change much.
I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't be totally upset by it, but he's got to do something about that hairline. He's got like 5 heads going on. I'm not one to talk, but still.
But yeah, I didn't love that. That was
It wasn't great.
especially I looked at it as like a hockey dad of kids, and we know how hard it is for these guys to make it in the league. And we kind of talked about it last week. Like Austin's played his whole. I mean, started in Arizona, came from a non-traditional hockey market,
Mm-hmm.
played through his. You know how hard he's worked to get to this point.
Yeah.
And I get hockey plays happen and guys get hurt and that's part of it, but when it's just intentional and you're just only intent to hurt someone, I guess that's what just makes it like, why who are you to like take this guy out and end all of his hard work and end his career? Like the Leafs are miserable. They've had a miserable season. They're just kind of winding out, trying to just get through the thing.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna do that. Like, I don't know. I didn't love it one bit whatsoever.
I think like, again, I thought it was crap. Are the Leaves even in it for the standings
No,
right
they
now?
are just like the Titanic at the bottom
Just
of the Atlantic,
just
just
sinking.
sitting there.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
That's kinda one of those things. So, kind of a sad note here for Tampa Bay and Mike Evans leaving the Bucks. Free agent, don't get me wrong, uh, free agent, I can't even think of the word, unsomething.
Unrestricted.
Unrestricted, there it is. Unrestricted free agent, and, he signs with the Niners.
Yeah, I mean,
What are your thoughts?
I think the fans get hurt and upset, but at the end of the day, like if I've been with the same company for 12 years and another company wants me for 3 more for what was it, $36 million, okay. Like, oh, done.
Okay, I get that, and
And I think it's deeper. I
oh,
think
I think
the
it's a
right person
lot
wasn't
deeper.
fired. I think Todd Bowles staying didn't help his decision.
No.
The fact he's had what, 3 to 4 different offensive coordinators
I don't know.
hasn't helped.
I think that kind of plays a part in it, but I think it's more or less that you have supposedly one of the best defensive minds in the game, and yet your defense gives up so much year after year. And then how many times did the Bucks play from behind and have to have these comeback wins in order just to stay on top? You know, and they're talking about Baker Mayfield getting the MVP and blah 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 because of all these comeback from behind stuff. If your defense was as stellar as it should be or supposed to be, I think it'd be a non-issue. I think if the defense was as stout as everyone had hoped it
Yeah.
is, and what we're known for in Tampa Bay is having this, stout
Well, I
defense.
think Mike said it all in his last game. It was 3rd and 28, and you lost the game. But like I said, he put in 12 years. He went a lot of those years were crap. Like I said, I get it. Fans are hurt because he left, but there's a lot of messes here. I don't know. I would leave my company for an extra $36 million tomorrow and
Yeah.
get to go to San Francisco with an offensive minded coach,
Oh yeah.
with an offensive minded team, with all the weapons they have. I kind of blame the guy. He did his part. He played through the crap years. He got a Super Bowl here, which I love. His name will be in the Ring of Honor, I'm
Yeah,
sure, one day.
for
I still have
sure.
a Mike Evans jersey hanging in my closet, one of my favorite players. I'm just glad it was the Niners and it wasn't like the Patriots or the Chiefs or one of those, the
Panthers or the
Panthers. Yeah.
Saints.
So the 49ers, I'm a fan of those guys. I like that John Lynch is the GM. I'm sure that maybe
Yeah.
played a little part in it,
Yeah.
and you get a great coach. I don't know. It sucks, but I get it. It didn't hurt me as bad as it was when Stammer left because I felt like nobody wanted him here. And we kind of just showed him the door, and he was the captain of our team. But Mike Evans, I guess I understood a little more, whereas Stammer just hurt my heart because he's still my all-time favorite Bolt. But
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. All right, so talking about the Bolts, what the hell is going on with our Lightning right now?
man, I was afraid when we came back from this Olympic break that it was gonna be rough because
Yeah?
we already had a bunch of injuries go down beforehand.
True.
Because like Sorelli and Point didn't even go, so they had to stay home and rehab,
Mhm.
which might have been a good thing. Vasi's and Cooch stayed home, obviously, so they got to rest. But I think the rest of the guys that went and played, I think then Cooper came back and his father passed away and he lost the gold medal game. I think his mind was kind of distracted. I think the team just is, and you're playing so much hockey, you don't have really time to regroup. I think we played what 2 games at home
Yep.
and then you're on the road, and then it's
Yeah.
just a lot. I think there's just a lot going on, and teams are fighting for your spot now
Yeah.
because you've been on top for a while. So they just think, I think they'll be okay. I think they just need to hit the reset button. I think they got a little too
Yeah.
comfortable with their lead. I think I said too at the time, I'm glad they're banking points now because I feel like it's going to be a rough landing towards the end. So
I tell you what, with how good Carolina looks, and especially how well they played them last night, that was like I think it's a bit of an eye opener. Plus, I don't feel like we play well in black anyway. I don't know why. I think if you look at the statistics, our win loss record in black isn't good. But that's just my superstition
yeah,
talking about that.
the whole team just, when they had 3 shots on goal in the first 30 seconds, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a long night," but they came back and then kinda lost on a weird bounce goal at the end, so I guess last night didn't concern me as much because they were playing a little bit better, but it was still not a good start, not a good finish, but the middle looked okay.
Yeah, it's
But
kind of I would say last night there were flashes of just like okay, there's the team, there it is, and it's just like we gotta have the flash be more constant. Just turn the light on, right? Let it go. I mean, yeah, you're gonna make mistakes here and there, and yes, the other team's gonna score. Badgie's not gonna get shutouts every night, but still, it's got to be something more consistent.
yeah, they need to, because I think the guys that came from back from the Olympic break too haven't been, like, great, like, Gensel's been okay.
Mm.
Some of the other guys, Hedman's been having a rough season anyway. He's been
True.
okay. But then I don't know, just they need to find that new level soon because
Something's got to
it's
happen. Because I mean, even
already the middle of
Radish, I feel
March.
is kind of falling off just a tad, right? The bald eagle is falling off just a tad. I like to see him get back into it. Hagel. I don't think Hagel skipped a beat, no
Oh,
matter
he's
what.
still my favorite player on the team right now. Cooch has looked fine. One thing I wasn't happy about is they got Corey Perry back. I just think the guy's a disaster. He's a jinx wherever he goes. He just brings bad karma. He brings bad juju. He caused us a goal the other night because he like pushed the goalie as the puck went in. I'm like, what is this guy doing here? And then he was out on the power play the last time. Like, why? Like, I don't get the guy.
I don't know. The organization seems to love him for
I
whatever
don't know
reason. I
why.
don't get it. I mean, it's like, all right, well, maybe we're at least guaranteed to go to the Stanley Cup finals again. But
I don't know. Of all the moves we could have made, I was not on my bingo card.
no, yeah, for sure. That would, if you had done that on a betting app, I would have lost a lot of money.
I mean, I hate to
I don't
make
bet
everything
though,
about
but
Stammer, but wanted to get rid of him because we wanted to go younger direction, and we bring in 40-year-old Corey Perry. Like, what is that? Like, there's plenty of young guns out there you could go out and grab.
true, true.
Someone to every team that was. I mean, Matthew Nyes was probably available if you really wanted him from Toronto, and he plays really well in Tampa. I actually remember watching Matthew Nyes play in the Frozen Four in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
I've always kind of been a fan of that guy playing well. He makes some moves for that, maybe. I don't know. But Corey Perry, I just felt like they were throwing darts and Julian Breezewall's thing, and it fell on the floor, and it goes, "What is this?"
Oh,
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 Corey Perry.
yeah. Let's try him again.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, the
Oh,
funny thing about it is, of course, Corey Perry's going to want to come here, but like he had to waive his no trade clause and say, "Yeah, I'll go to Tampa again. Why not? I know those guys." I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see what happens with it.
yeah, I don't know what you're gonna get from him. I don't know.
It's just strange,
Very strange. The
very
whole thing's
strange.
weird.
But there again, we're not general managers of any clubs, because we'd be getting paid a hell of a lot more than what we are, and probably not sitting here doing this and just talking at each other. I don't know.
Anything else exciting happen for you this week?
No, nothing more really on the week. Bryson went up to Washington D.C.
Oh,
for
nice.
a school trip or whatever. He gets back. I'm like, so how was it? He goes, it was okay, but it was kind of boring too. I'm like, what? I guess because it was very educational, right? So like they actually had to do like
I don't want to learn shit.
assignments while they're up there, not just like, oh, here's the Washington Monument. Oh, there's the White House. Oh, here's the Jefferson Monument. It's like, yeah, no, you're gonna learn something about some things, but yeah, he said there's some parts that were really cool. There's some parts that were, neat to see. They went to the Arlington Cemetery.
Oh,
He
nice.
said that was pretty cool. They saw the changing of the guard at the unknown soldier or whatever it is. Um, so he saw some cool things, and then they went outside of the White House because all the construction going on. They couldn't actually go to the White House, and there was people holding their signs and whatnot. He saw some special people out there, just out,
I'm sure.
holding their signs by the fence and whatnot. I'm like, all right. And then the last day they're there, it snows.
Wow. Nice.
So there's probably like an inch or two that fell on the ground, and they got to kind of see it and stand in it and catch some snowflakes on their tongue and whatnot. And he's all like, "It's kind of slushy." I'm like, "Yeah, buddy, the snow in the east is so much different than the snow in Colorado." It was like, but he still had a good time.
It's awesome. I
It
haven't
was
been to
fun.
DC. The boys went when they were like 3 or 4, so it meant nothing to them. Um, because they were just whatever,
Yeah,
and they're just like no clueless. But it was neat just to see. I think it was cool because we were by the White House, but like down like a back alley. We're in a weird spot of DC. I'm like, it kind of hit me. I was like, man, it's cool. Like, I'm sure how many people have walked down these like back hallways, like back in like the
yeah,
1800s and
right.
stuff like that. Like, it was just like because you could tell it still had like the old brick on
You know,
the
cobblestones and everything.
cobblestones
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like just this old random building. I'm
yeah,
like, I don't know where we are, but this is pretty cool. Like that to me was neater than the museum. So I'm like, it was just kind of like a back area towards the White
yeah.
House, and I'm like, and there's probably been some really cool conversation that happened back here.
So you
But
don't you don't really think about it like in your daily life, right? I grew up in Yorktown, Virginia. So you had the Battle of Yorktown, right? So I mean, we literally had the battlefields 15 minutes from my house that I lived in. So me and my buddies would go to the battlefield. We'd fly kites, we'd just run around. People are out there with their metal detectors, and they find bullets and musket bullets and all that kinds of stuff. Um, and then you got the Jamestown settlement, and they do the whole reproduction of the Jamestown settlement. You got people out there that are dressed in garb, and like, they're building huts, and they're doing different displays and whatnot. And you just you don't appreciate it then as a kid. Now you look back on it, you're like, holy crap.
Pretty cool.
What is it now? 300 some odd years, 250 years for the independence, for the Declaration of Independence was signed. It's like you look back on it, it's like some cool things happened in this area. Like before I was even a seedling in my dad's sack, even before he
Hmm.
was a seedling in his dad's sack. It's all like, all right. So all this just keeps going on. And we went to Boston last summer, same thing. We saw Paul Revere's house. I'm all like, all right, this thing's old.
I think history's cool just because of
Yeah.
all the history. Like it's pretty neat to see those old places just to know what happened there. And a lot of stuff happened there, and it's pretty neat. I think a lot of people just take it for granted. Like this, what we have today just came from nothing, but it's
Yeah.
neat just to kind of go back and reflect and think about the old stuff. Well, that's cool. We had a good time. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah,
Wasn't
my
bad.
boys' end of year class trip isn't near as exciting. They're going to St. Augustine for 2 days, which the oldest city in the world, right?
It is.
U.S.
It is oldest city in the US. Yeah.
Um,
Definitely not in the world, but
yeah,
definitely
that
in the
didn't make
US.
sense at all.
Yeah.
We went. It's weird because on my time hop, it came up. We were there 6 years ago this week as the
Mhm.
world was shutting down. As we
Oh,
knew
yeah.
everything was happening, we canceled our trip to New York City because we saw everything shutting down. We're like, man, what's going to happen to the world? We don't know. And
Stinking COVID.
we were walking around St. Augustine this time last year, and I think like the next day, they're like, all right, that's it. And they're like, social distancing. I was like, man, I've been preparing for this my whole life. I get to stay away from people. Like, when can we go back to
Big
that part?
people.
But yeah, it was like 6 years ago. And so they're going to go there in a couple of weeks for their school trip. They're like, that's boring. I'm like, it'll be cool. They'll show you the neater stuff than we did. We just
Yeah.
walked around and
Saw the
whatever.
fort.
Now you get to like learn things.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to learn. I'm like, ah, great.
No, my kids don't wanna learn anything these days. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. So, all right, so now we're kind of, talking about our top 5. This is a good top 5 this week, I think. So we're gonna talk about the top 5 things that our kids will never have get to experience. Some things that we did as kids, that kinda thing.
I'm curious how many, because I'm a little older than you.
Not by much, but a little bit.
I was wondering how many of ours are going to match because I don't see your list beforehand. So
That's true,
curious
and
to
I don't
what
see
you're
yours.
going to come up with.
Okay, you wanna go first? Do you want us to go one at a time? You do one, I do one?
However you want to do it.
Let's do it that way. You give me
All
your
right.
first one.
I would say my first one, I thought about this one not too long ago, actually. So I'm like, I don't think that my boys will ever get to do this.
Mhm.
Passing notes in class.
Huh.
So I
Yeah.
asked them, like, do you guys ever pass notes in class? They're like, no.
I guess it makes sense. You can just send a
You can
text.
just send a text or a Snapchat or
Yeah.
whatever. But I mean, that was a big part of like high school was like, hey, the teacher would like be on the right on the board, like, pass this to him, pass this to her, get that to her. And then that one jerk would be like, oh, he wants to send it to her. Like, crap. Or you just try to get creative and like throw it and then it like hit the girl in the head. You're like, hey. But like passing notes, it was an art form. You had to be slick and hope that your buddies didn't like rat you out. They'd be like
All
smooth
right.
about it.
So talking about that though, did you get creative and like folding your paper, almost like some origami kind of crap?
Sometimes depends on who it was going to.
Yeah.
If it was just like my buddy, I'd be like, hey. But if it was my
That's
one
it.
good buddy, we'd fold up into a paper football and flip it
Yeah.
across the room. But if it was a girl, you try to make it a little neater, a little nicer, write it a little cleaner.
I actually at one point in time knew how to fold paper into a heart.
Oh, nice.
So I would like make a little heart and like, give this to so and so. Yeah, I can't remember. School. That's quite all right. No, that's a good one. I think that makes perfect sense because this digital world. Why do they need to worry about writing? They can barely write anyway. So
They can't. I mean, the other day they had to sign their name on a check. They're like, what do I do? I'm like, sign your name. What does that mean? Like, sign your name.
Yeah.
Pretend you're famous.
They don't know what a signature is, what an autograph is. It's all like, just, take your initial of your first letter. Oh, you're totally going to lose it.
Oh,
I guess
right.
you're holding it now.
Listen, everything else is broken today. Why not my microphone? I can go old school and hold
There you
it.
go. Yeah. Just go old school, hold it. You're good. All right. So let's see what I got. I have, oh, yeah. So talking about gaming systems, right? And I'm not a big gamer. I never was. I was never really any good at video games, but I play here and there. But I did play my fair share of NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. But having to blow into the cartridge before putting the game into the NES system, right? Everything they have is digital download, or it's a freaking Blu-ray disc. You're never gonna have to blow on a cartridge to get that crap to work. That was, I mean, that was, and then you even got even more creative with that. And sometimes you have to do like rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip and like rub it in there, clean it out. And then did you ever have the, what was it called? Game Genie?
Oh, where it had
The
the
cheat
cheat
code
codes?
thing? Yeah. Like when I got that, I never had an issue as far as how to blow a cartridge on. It just worked every time. That thing was awesome. That was the only way I could beat Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson's punch out made Mac like invisible or whatever it was. But yeah, that's
It's like, I like that one. I don't have that one. Um,
Yes.
so this one, I guess it's kind of like a dual one, but I guess I can leave it at one. But calling a girl at home
Oh, like on a home phone
on a
number.
home line, because you
Yeah.
always got the dad,
Yeah.
and I always had the dads that were like, "Who do you want to talk to?" I'm sorry, sir. I'm just calling to talk to Susie. Who is this? Chris, I have we're working on a project together. What class? I don't know. Can I just talk to your daughter? It was the most intimidating thing. She's busy. Click.
You know the worst part about it too is that if you really think about it, back in the 80s and the 90s, when you made that house call, never once did you get a dad's voice that didn't sound like the devil, right?
Mhm.
Like, what do you want? Who are you calling for? You know,
What are
so,
your intentions with my daughter?
yeah. So like along those lines, never like, yes, can I help you? What would you like? Who would you like to talk to? You know, I mean, like Jeeves, the butler's answering the
Yeah.
phone or something. I was like,
It's
no.
it was the worst. Like, it took so much to call that number.
Oh my God. Like you're shaking, you're
It was
sweating.
because
You're
you know
holding
she's not picking it up.
doo, doo, doo.
And then if it was like something new, I always had the jerk brother picking up the other line, like, "Who is
Yeah,
this?"
right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But they won't know that fear because now it's Snapchat, Instagram. Oh, I just sent her a DM.
Just send her a text message. Yeah, it's lame.
Calling a house was like part of your
Mm,
rites of initiation. It
mhm,
was fearful.
mhm.
And the girl had no fear.
I'm washing my hair. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
she's busy. Okay.
Okay.
And you never. That's how call blocking worked back in
That's
our day.
right.
It was
Yeah.
the dad.
It was the dad or the brother.
Yep.
Sometimes the mom. Sometimes the mom.
Sometimes you get past them. I'm like, oh, you're the sweetest. Hold on.
Well, yeah. If you can sweet talk the mom, you were good at
You're
that.
in.
But you know what? I think that was a good way that you kind of got past the social awkwardness. I think our kids have very bad social awkwardness. For the most part, I think for us at least with our kids doing sports, it kind of gets them out of that somewhat. But yeah, it's still funny. Like, you know, I'll talk to Bryce and be like, so, talking to any girls? No, whatever. Little smirk on his face. What's that? Nothing. Who are you talking to? Nobody. Come on. Give me something. No, I got nothing. And then he'll sit there and tell Monica something, be like, oh, talk to this girl. She's like, what? You talking to the girl? Yeah, but don't tell dad. What? The hell?
And the boys have zero. I think Jonah maybe a little more, but still about zero interest. And I think still Sabrina Carpenter is his only crush.
It could be far worse.
So I'm like, because he'll play Fortnite, and almost every time it's her, and I'll just hear like the little music for her. I'm like, Sabrina again? He goes, yeah, she's good. I'm
Well, that's like you with Swifty.
yeah,
Yeah, you know, yeah. He is his father's son. There you go.
set a terrible example for him.
Could be worse. Could be worse. Could always get worse. All right. All right. So how about this one? Purchasing a cassette tape and then making your own mixtapes, right?
It's like you read my paper.
Oh, yeah, cassette tape and then mixtapes. Like
Yep.
they're never gonna do it. Now, granted, I've seen some. Like I think Metallica put out their latest album on a cassette tape. Like you can still get some here and there, which amazes me. But what I thought was funny, I'm at a racetrack gas station one time, and this kid has an old school, like 80s cassette tape Walkman. Even the old school headphones, like the orange foam, like on the outside. I'm like, dude, where did you get that? Not on Whatnot. He got on eBay. Literally
Nice.
got on eBay. He said, I spent like $80 for this thing. I'm like, you did what? It's like, buddy, these things were like $12 when I was
Yeah.
little. It was like nothing. You spent $80? And he was making his own he's making his own mixtapes.
Well, it's
I'm like,
funny. So my 3 and 4, I guess, kind of all combined it.
okay.
But it was buying a CD
Mm-hmm.
because that was so much fun. Like we would spend hours at the mall going because you didn't know whatever was all out there. You couldn't
True.
download. You just like flip, flip,
Oh
flip. Oh,
yeah.
this is cool. Flip, 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 flip. They have a new album. Cool. Flip, 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 flip. But I put mixtape as like my next one
Yeah.
slash because I would have to record stuff off the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I like this song and hit record.
Oh yeah.
But then I kind of coincided back to that one was like the mixtape because then I thought I was super cool and started burning CDs for like
Yes.
people.
Yep.
I got to like make the cool. So me and my buddy, we were roommates, and we were making good money back in the day. And this was before like high speed internet was like a thing.
Mhm. Still
And it's
dial up?
back when legal Napster was legal, but no one knew about Napster yet.
Okay.
So we had high speed internet, and we were downloading music like in seconds instead of like minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like in a nice neighborhood up in Tampa Palms, and a lot of other people because you'd always see who your ping was.
Yes.
And man, we filled up our allegedly hard drives full of music, and we would
Allegedly.
just burn CDs. And then I got real fancy and would make the art cover for them, and then like get the
Mhm.
little machine, you press down the
Oh,
label.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this one's good. This is my rap one. This is my dance one. And then I had software where it would like be your own DJ and like
I
blend the songs
yes.
together.
Yes.
Man, I thought I was hot shit. And now it's like, that's stupid.
That
I
is
was going
dope.
through something once the other day and I was like, Chris's mix, or what was my name? DJ Shank Nasty's
TJ
hits.
Shank Nasty.
These
I
are
love it.
awesome. And then I put them back and listen to them like, I was stupid.
Ye
But they'll never do that.
No, they will never experience the thrill of either a mixtape or a mix CD, uh, any of that. Yeah, absolutely. And I was just thinking about this too. It's like, when you talk about CDs, right? Now, you have the streaming service, you got Spotify, you've got YouTube Music and all this stuff, and it's like, you play, all right, I'm gonna play one song from Metallica, and then it creates its own mix, right? So I hear some from, I don't know, Alice in Chains or something afterwards. I'm like, all right, cool. But now, or back then when you got CDs, you almost listened to the whole CD.
You wanted to hear what was, yeah.
Yeah. Not only that, but it's like if you wanted to hear one song in the whole CD, you're just like, screw it, I'm just gonna play the whole thing. Like, why change? I gotta go through all this. Or you were lucky enough that your car had a disc changer in it, where you'd be
Hmm.
like, oh, I'm good to disc 2, let me go to disc 3, and just play that one song, and then you get your whole road trip mapped out because
Mapped
then
out.
you'll have like your CDs up in the on the visor or your book, or you got your friend with you and they're going through your book. Hey, you want to listen to some Beastie Boys? Yeah, I'll pop that one in.
Hmm.
That kind of thing. But yeah, I was just thinking about that. I'm like, man, I remember middle school, I would get a CD, listen to it from start to finish.
Quite off. What was your first CD you ever bought?
First CD, all right. The first CD was it was Alan Jackson, and I think it was called All I Am was the name of the album, or Who I Am, or something like that. Yeah. It was like I think it was like his third or fourth studio album. Yeah. And then after that was Boys to Men 2.
Oh yeah, see that wave. So I'm way before you.
Yeah, you
I want to say I was in. So I was born and raised in California.
Mhm.
Came out to Florida to see my dad every summer, and then my mom, to surprise me, bought me a CD player to hook up to my stereo.
Nice.
So she's like, "Let's go buy some CDs." I bought Poison, Open Up and Say Off,
Oh yeah.
Bon Jovi, New Jersey album,
Hell yeah.
and I think it was Bobby Brown, My Prerogative.
Yes.
Man, because it was so new, it just played over and
That's so
over,
crazy.
and I still can sing every song on both those albums
That's kind of how I
nonstop.
was. Hey, Slinky. Oh man. Yeah, no. So like, all right. So growing up, Bon Jovi was like my favorite. It really was. It's like I saw the video "Living on a Prayer,"
Oh yeah.
and I told my mom, I was like, "Can you get me that cassette tape?" Right? "Slippery When Wet." That was my first album ever. Was "Slippery When
Oh,
Wet,"
Slippery When
and
Wet.
and that was a cassette tape, and it was just really good. It's like, you get out of here. Oh
Oh!
shit. So, um, yeah, and then New Jersey came out. For me, like, I thought New Jersey was their best album.
Still to this day, it's one of my favorite albums.
Yeah, I love it. I'll still listen to it from start to finish. I really will.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Good album. I enjoy that one a lot. My turn? Your turn?
Your turn.
Your turn. My turn. All right. Oh yeah. So let's say you're watching a sitcom, right? Like Friends, for example. You'd have to wait till the next week to see the new episode,
Mhm.
right?
That's true.
Now all the streaming service, you can just binge watch everything. So like Monica and I will tell Sonya all the time. It's like, do you understand the tragedy that we had growing up? Like TGIF, watching Family Matters. You had to wait till the next week to see what the new episode was going to be. None of this streaming stuff. Now all the shows come out, they like put them all out, the
They're all
whole
there.
season. Now you got to wait. Well, I got to wait like 6 months for the next season, buddy. I had to wait 6 months for just one episode of the new season.
Because we had the VCR, so and if it wouldn't record, or you'd record over something you didn't mean to, or you forgot to rewind the VHS tape
Yeah.
and you didn't get your son of a because you'll never get to see it again. It's gone forever.
It's gone forever.
There's no reruns.
Yeah, unless well, nowadays you get lucky and kind of go back
Go
and see it.
back
But
and see
no,
it.
yeah, back in the day, no
I
chance.
missed Knight
No
Rider. That
chance.
was too bad.
Oh,
I don't know what Michael Knight did on his next adventure.
you're right. You're right. Yeah, because if you miss a week, they'll do like a little recap for that news, and then you're like, wait, but I missed. It's like that's like almost as bad as missing an episode of wrestling back in the day,
Right.
right? Because then you missed the part of the storyline, you got no idea what's going on. Like when you had the Monday Night Wars between the NWO, WCW, and WWE, WWF at the time, that was like the best,
Right.
right? Kind of the same thing.
You know what? Since I used two on that last one, when you said something that made me think of something they'll never do,
Okay.
and this is like a core memory.
Yeah.
You said road trip.
Yeah.
So what did you have to do for that road trip?
Oh, yeah.
You had to go to MapQuest, print that shit out, and then you're driving down the road like, was this the turn? I
Yeah.
don't know. Was that the turn? Oh shit! It was.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, hey, Siri, can you get me to like they have no idea. No idea. Like everything we did on this list, you can our phones now do.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. Did you see MapQuest has made a comeback?
No.
Yeah, I just heard a commercial for them the other day. MapQuest is back. You don't have to print the directions, but apparently you can look it up. It'll be it like you can link it to your GPS or something like that.
Oh.
I'm like, that's cool. So I got Google on my phone.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Why would
But
I just
anyway, but yeah, they said, yeah, we're back. I'm like, you're like 20 years too late. Yeah.
because then sometimes the printer won't work, so you could write down and you'd be like driving. And if there was a detour or road closure, you were screwed because you didn't know how to get around.
Yeah, map it around. Yeah, exactly right. Unless you had, hopefully you had somebody with you who knew how to read a road map. Because that was the thing. If I knew I was going on a long trip, I would still do the road map. Like have the old, like if I had somebody
Oh,
with
like the
me, do the
map.
old school road
Mm-hmm.
map. Yeah, and I'd be like, yeah, we're gonna go up here, and we'd actually map it out before our trip. And then MapQuest in addition to that, so that way we had kind of
Gotcha.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Kids are never gonna do that. I don't even
Never.
know if they sell road maps anymore. I would be surprised. I would really would be surprised.
What's your
Is
number
it
one?
is it you or me?
It's you.
It's me. Oh yeah, yeah. Being able just to go to a friend's house all day by bike and having to be home before dark, right?
Yep.
Because there's no cell phones. Mom
No,
didn't.
nothing.
She said just be home before dark, especially during the summertime. Just be home before dark.
Street light on, come home.
Yeah, well, I mean, I live in a very rural area. We didn't have street lights, so it
Uh,
was like just be home before dark. So I was like, all right. But yeah, and the funny thing about it is like you would say, all right, I'm going to go to Ben's house, and then you're at Ben's house, and before you know it, you're over at PJ's house, and then you go to TJ's house, then you're in somebody's field, and you're playing football with all your friends, and you're in God knows where. But as long as you're home before dark,
you're fine.
you were fine. Mom would never know.
Yeah, I think I'm probably more of a helicopter dad than you. But
I
I would never let my kids do that. Are you kidding me? The same thing. I would go out the front door in the morning and I'd be gone all day.
yeah,
I wouldn't tell her where
no.
he's home. Oh, you're home. Yeah. All right.
So how about all right, and this is weird that I remember this, but I was probably like 3, maybe 4 years old, give or take, and I remember getting on my bicycle, and this is like a Saturday morning, getting on my bicycle, just going for a ride. Early morning, everyone's still asleep in the house. I'm just out riding around. One of my neighbors sees me, like, hey, Joe, like, hey, just riding my bike around. And all of a sudden, like, I get back to the house, and mom's all like, where were you? I took my bike for a ride. We don't do that. What do you mean? Paul and Todd do it all the time. Why can't I? No, no, no. Not without telling mom where you're going. No, I was just going for a ride. That's it. I don't know if I got beat for that one or not. That was a long time ago. But yeah.
And today, now I'm like, where you going? All right. I'll track you on my phone.
Yeah, exactly. Life 360. Thank you very much. Yeah, keep an eye on for the kids and whatnot. Jeez, whatnot.
They should sponsor us. My number one, and this is like core memories growing up and like living out my own, or like you didn't know what to do on a date or with your roommate or your buddy or
Yeah.
whatever. Just going to Blockbuster, renting a movie, grabbing a pizza on the way back, and that was
Yeah.
your night plan. There was no Netflix, no nothing. Like
Dude, you're so right.
I miss like the old Blockbuster days
Yeah.
because the Blockbuster was near the pizza place where we grew up. Or it was like, because I think Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, was new release day. So you'd want to go on Tuesdays,
Mm-hmm.
see what new came out. Like, oh, this is a good one. But if all the new stuff was gone, then you'd have to be forced to walk up and down the aisles. Like you'd be in
Ooh,
like the
wanna
horror
watch
section. Your
this.
buddy would be like in the
Comedy or
comedy. You're
something.
like,
Yeah.
oh, one of each? Okay. And then what would kill you was the late fees, because then that shit would sit on our counter for like a
Oh,
week, and you get back to Blockbuster, you owe us $42.50. I could have just bought it cheaper. Well, you didn't, and you owe us
that's right.
$42.50,
And you forgot to rewind.
and you forgot to rewind it as a 250.
250 to run. All they do is stick the cartridge in the thing and push it down.
But yeah,
Um,
make it a Blockbuster night
yeah,
and
that's
grab a
right.
pizza.
I miss Blockbuster.
That was just like a thing. Now it's like,
Or
what do you
like,
want? What do you want? Because now you spend 4 hours streaming or finding something to stream just to fall asleep. But when you rented that thing, you stuck it through. You were excited to see it.
absolutely. Like, do you remember when old school Little Caesars had like their big pizzas?
Yes.
Like, and they would come like on a big like sheet.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that was the thing. You get the big ass Little Caesars pizzas. Movie night, you were set. You were good.
It was like a cheap date night too.
Um,
Before Netflix and chill, there was Blockbuster and
Blockbuster
something.
and Thrill. I don't know.
But yeah, that was. They'll never do that.
No, they will never do that. I mean, it's because they got everything to do at home. Everything is so digitized and
Instant gratification.
yeah,
And
readily available.
oh, Because we put on a movie the other day, and within like 30 minutes, we're like, oh, I'm just gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do that. But you rented it, sat your ass and watched it,
Yeah.
and if it was good, you'd watch it again and get your money's
Yeah,
worth.
exactly right.
Even if it sucked, you're like, I paid $4.50 for this. I'm gonna see it through.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? There's like still on Amazon Prime. There are some movies you have to rent or
Mm-hmm.
you buy through them.
And how is it? Does this work? I'll think of the most random movie. Like, you know what? I'm gonna show this to the boys, or I just haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah.
13 streaming services I have probably.
Not one of them's
Not
got
one of them carries it, so I have to rent it for the $2.99. Meanwhile, I flipped through 250 movies to get to past the one I want.
Yeah.
But then the one random movie I think of that's probably stupid anyway, nowhere to be found.
Have you have you seen Slapshot?
Not in a long time.
But like, oh, I bought it, right? Because I couldn't rent it or I couldn't whatever you call it. I couldn't just stream it, right? So I went to Amazon Prime Movies, whatever, and you could rent it for, let's say it was $2.99, or you could buy it for $3.50. I'm like, let's just buy it.
Yeah.
So I buy it, I watch it, I'm all like, this movie's stupid. So bad. Like there's some funny parts to it, but I'm like, it's dumb. And it's one of the greatest hockey movies of all time. I'm like,
I mean, it's not better than Mighty Ducks, but
well, no. But I'm just saying that
that
just goes to say there's not a lot of great hockey movies if you think about it. Okay, the Mighty Ducks movies, they were great. The Miracle on Ice movie, that was really good. You know, but to my defense, I haven't seen a lot of hockey movies to begin with. I haven't seen Goon or The Goon or whatever it's called,
no.
and I haven't seen Mystery Alaska.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet either.
Oh, I made the boys watch one because I didn't remember The Cutting Edge.
Oh yeah, hockey player becomes figure skater. Oh yeah,
and then they just like fall in love, and he was the guys. The boys like, when do they play hockey?
No, guys, it was only at the beginning. He got his head bashed in the boards, and
that was it. This movie sucks.
If hockey doesn't work out for you guys, you could always become a figure skater. No good.
Did you get all your 5 in?
I think I got all my 5 in.
Yeah,
I think we're caught up on our current events too. So yeah, all right. Dad jokes.
I got a dad joke for you this week.
Do you?
Yeah,
I got a couple.
Told my wife she should embrace her mistakes. Give me a hug.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Oh, so my friend Peter, he's a valet driver. I call him Peter Parker. That was a good one. I like that one.
I only have the one.
I got one more. Why are chickens so funny?
Oh man,
so stupid. I love it. So stupid. I love it. My goodness.
Well, thank you for sticking around for another episode.
Yeah. Sorry about our technical difficulties. We lost our background.
Yeah, things probably changed a lot during this episode. It was kind of a weird one, but you know, still going through the growing pains. I think we are true proof of anyone can start a podcast.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But I did want to give a shout out, if you notice on our Spotify, to our last week's top 5. Someone said, well, what about Uncle Buck?
Oh yeah, I meant to bring that up too. Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's a good call. But it was John Candy, and he's just like a living legend to me. So he was never creepy or awkward to me. He's just like legendary status.
Agreed.
Uncle.
I didn't really think that he was awkward.
Yeah.
I thought he was more like a funkle. He was that fun uncle.
Yep.
You know, and he was there for the kids, not so much like weird for the kids.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They kind of maybe like Uncle Phil's in that category as well, just like a good upstanding uncle. Yeah. So I didn't really mention him, but shout out to someone actually listening, commenting on our podcast. Thanks. So we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
It was neat because Spotify showed us all the different states people listen to us, and I was like, oh, someone in Virginia enjoyed us.
What?
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Virginia. You grew up there. Thank you.
But John Candy's like one of my Mount Rushmore actors
of comedy, comedic actors. Yeah. I would go along with that for sure. Did you watch the thing on Prime Video of him?
I did.
Yeah, I Like Me. Check it out. If you guys like John Candy, check it out. I Like Me on Prime Video. That's good.
But we'll be back next week, hopefully, as long as the studio doesn't fall apart some more and our set doesn't come to pieces. Appreciate everyone. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week.
See you guys next time.